And hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's episode of Oodvin. My name is Maxwell Williams. I am your DM for this session, as I am the DM for every other session in this campaign. But here we are. Another week. Hopefully, no more death. But I play a whole bunch of quirky, cool, interesting characters. Including the very traumatized sister of a dead player character, Iris.
Hi everybody, my name is Sam Rinaldi and I play Winnie Winslow, the human Twilight cleric. That's it.
Hi, I'm Connor McGinley. I'm just
ominous! No! No!
I play the character formerly known as Lilibet Pembroke, who now exists only as Stardust in our hearts and minds. And I don't know what we're doing yet.
Hello everyone, I'm Dane Brancato and I play Zephyr Windstrider, the Air Genasi College of Swords bard of the group. Little fun fact about Zephyr that I'm making up on the spot is this is not his first rodeo with having someone close to him die.
Unfortunately, a lot of our characters have that same scenario. Hi, I had to think about who am I? Wow, that was royally bad. Hi, my name is Julia Risto. I know that much. And I play Octavia Lagizur, our half-orc swashbuckling rogue warlock. And she is surprisingly okay. Sad. Definitely sad, but okay.
Hello, my name is Aaron Borden. I play the character Februm Cask, the Simic hybrid blood fighter. As with everyone else, he is very distraught from last episode, but he has a lot more to think about now.
And my name is Drew Borden. I play Aldrich Bernask, the human armor artificer. And I don't know what to say.
Well, with that, let's do a quick little recap before we get into the rest of tonight's session. So our party. This music is a little too happy.
Yeah, make us relive it, Max.
Maybe don't.
We'll just keep it vibey,
Okay.
Our party has traveled through the waste and encountered several different obstacles, making their way through each obstacle together as a group. That path has led them to the Primordial City, a whole town made of magical glass and crystal, with magic surging between buildings. They expertly snuck their way into the city, tracking down an old companion of one of the party members, Alexander. Once very close with Octavia and pulling off many a heist in Aophic, was now possessed by the archfey spirit Rundar. The party confronted Rundar in Alexander's body, right in front of the portal to the Primordial Shard. After some quick chatting, Lily decided to sneak into the portal, invisible. But the portal itself gave her away as Rundar shot magic after her, quickly cutting her down. A battle ensued. It was quickly apparent that Rundar was not playing any games as he decapitated Lily in front of the rest of the party before turning to start picking off the rest of the party members. While the rest of the party struggled against Rundar, Lily had a couple of tricks up her own sleeve. Grasping onto the ember of the devouring that rested inside of her, she began to burn her own life essence for the ability to keep moving forward. She recovered the shard, and the party fought bravely and valiantly against Rundar, wearing down Alexander's body, and eventually, with some fun tactics from Lily and the rest of the party, and a good hit from Winnie, landed a Dispel Evil and Good, forcing Rundar out of Alexander's body. At which point Rundar decided to take the party with him. In this unstable form, he began to draw in and drain the magical and life essence from everything around him. While Octavia was shielded from a moment, she led a deal with Rundar. A body for a body. The old form that Lily used to take, the doll that she had created, was offered to Rundar as a replacement body. Rundar, thinking that this deal was maybe too good to be true, and even with remarkable deception and persuasion checks, still skeptical, asked for a little more. He wanted a shard for his own. Lily, already knowing the trap had been in place, had no problems handing over the primordial shard to Rundar, if just for a moment. So on the count of 3, he switches bodies, he grabs the shard, and begins to enlarge to his true form, to his true embodiment of his power, but only makes it so far before strings of a puppeteer begin to connect to his form, as Offenzia makes good on her deal, finally, to reclaim the body of Lily to be held in her service for the rest of eternity. As Rundar screamed and cursed, the party seemed to be in the clear, but that relief only lasted a second, before they turned and saw Lily burning into stardust. She said her goodbyes. There was tears, mournful wails, and through the miraculous efforts of Zephyr and Februm, a fragment of Lily's soul was held onto. But now the party stands outside of the cathedral, in a dull city. The magic having been drawn back into the primordial shards, you stare up into the dark night sky. And for the first time in many, many, many years, the first time in any of your lifetimes, you see a constellation in the sky. The dove has taken its place. But with these wounds still fresh, your party is definitely feeling the exhaustion of the encounter that you have just gone through. Your life energy is drained, your magical reserves depleted. One battle won with losses. But there is still a war to wage. So that's where I turn it over to y'all. Out front of the cathedral in the primordial city, a party member down.
I think it's safe to say when I speak for everyone that there's not probably a dry face among them.
Yeah.
And I think Octavia just kind of wipes away her face, the tears from her face, and just, Al, I know we're all hurting. Could you please help me? I don't think I can carry Alexander on my own.
Yes, I can I can handle that.
Thank you. And she will give one last look to the constellation and kind of say a quick prayer internally, and then turn and head back into the cathedral to go to Alexander.
He is crumpled and passed out.
Yeah, no, he was not gonna be awake.
I'll go in and after and help get him up.
Just carrying him out. We have to make a camp.
Yeah.
You kind of scoop him up quickly. Lighter than you would even think, Al. Alexander probably hasn't had a good meal in a while. And now that the Fey spirit no longer resides within him, he is very frail.
Yep, and she's just gonna start. I think maybe they could even move to like one side of the cathedral and start making a camp inside rather than outside, because at least they have the building natural shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it's natural, but it's just there. Might as well use it. And Octavia will set about like making food and stuff, something to occupy her mind with.
Yeah. Is anyone else doing anything?
I don't think right now.
Well, on the bright side, guys, I mean, it's always night. So, constellations aren't going anywhere. It's like she hasn't left. Right?
I guess she'll be watching over us until we can get her back.
You okay, Feb?
I'll be all right. I just have a lot on my mind.
Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. Self-control.
Baldur's
I got it.
Gate reference.
Let's... Let's get out of here.
Spending the night first, though.
No, well, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get out of here in the morning.
Axel and Iris spend a little bit of time away from everyone else. Iris is pretty upset. And Axel is doing his best to comfort her, but is little more than a body next to her. She just kind of weeps.
I think for the night, Februm kind of is away from the camp and just sitting, just kind of right outside the cathedral.
Octavia will dispense food as soon as it is ready. Just kind of doing little tasks to keep herself busy. She will, when she gives Februm his food, she'll just kind of put her hand on his shoulder, not say anything, just kind of a firm hand and then a pat, and then she will leave and head back inside.
If no one else has anything that evening, time moves slowly. It feels like the night lasts forever, but eventually sleep comes to most, and the night passes. And you wake up feeling decently rested. There's still levels of exhaustion, there's still some trauma to deal with, but hit points, spell slots, your abilities to travel are restored.
Does that mean we recover from a level of exhaustion?
A single level of exhaustion, yes.
One of the three.
All right.
I totally forgot you slapped 3 levels of exhaustion on us.
Does
It-
Sorry, go ahead.
I just had the realization that I was gonna program a very powerful spell that would have given me at least 3 levels of exhaustion. Max would have killed me if I did that.
No, you would have killed you.
Well, yeah.
Again.
I just give you options. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just because I put the knife in your hand doesn't mean I stabbed you.
You did that all on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go on, Drew.
I think the next morning, before everybody leaves, or before we start heading out, I did want to try to fabricate some armor from the crystal. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Crystal armor.
Crystal armor.
Crystal
Yeah.
armor.
Al's gotta just like take big chunks off to take for later.
Crystal guild.
We put him in the bag of
Crystal
coding.
Guild. Oh no.
Sorry.
So I guess, yeah, that morning he goes out and just outside the cathedral and goes to one of the kind of bigger chunks of crystal, and anybody who's watching, he just kind of puts his hands onto it, and that yellow energy starts to flash from his gauntlets, and it's almost like he spends 10 minutes doing this, but it almost like he pulls out the framework of a suit of armor, and then the next 10 minutes are just him moving his hands in the air as the crystal kind of forms itself into pieces of armor.
Yeah. Feel free to add any kind of adamantium armor.
Nice.
Heck yeah. Okay.
Anti-crit.
That's pretty neat.
It does take a decent amount of effort to do this. No check needed, but it is a timely process, and you're not sure how well this material would hold up if you just start taking chunks.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would say as you like pull this piece of armor, a lot of the remaining bits of magical energy from the rest of this crystalline building are pulled into the pieces that you extract, and you watch as the rest of the building begins to kind of fracture, and spiderweb cracks kind of lead out from the area that you have pulled.
All right. Does anybody else need to do anything before we leave?
Fabrum, told you how to drive. Do you think you can drive today, or no?
I could probably take the wheel, yes.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. And they will whip out the Tide Strider and I guess start piling in.
Yeah. You.
Is Alessander awake?
Alexander breathes steadily, but is still unconscious. At least in the morning.
Can I feed him one of my health potions?
Yeah. You feed him a health potion. You see some of the discoloration in his skin begins to kind of go away. Some of these lasting marks.
Is it greater, just to let you know?
Sweet. And you see some of his like breath become stronger, but he doesn't wake up.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, we move him into the Tide Strider, and Octavia probably just like kind of lays him down so she can hold on to him while they go, because no seatbelts.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's flying off today.
What are those?
What are seatbelts? Who needs it?
Okay.
So,
Octavia, make an
heading
insight check, by the way.
You got it!
Mhm.
Oh boy. Oh, that wasn't terrible. What's my insight? I don't even remember. I don't use it. Oh, it's an 18.
Okay, you don't notice anything.
Hey,
Cool.
Al.
Yes.
Where are we heading next?
I assume the place we were heading before we switched paths.
So that would be what? Due east now?
Yes.
Okay.
Is
Well,
everybody still okay with that?
Sounds right to me.
Most logical
Right.
direction.
Okay.
That's where we're going.
we got 3 days ahead of us. Does anyone want some music or?
You know what, Zephyr? I would love some music.
I take requests. What are we thinking?
Wonderwall.
All right. Well,
I
here's
got this
Lily's voice
strange
echo in his head.
premonition.
You know, we're gonna play. Let's play Wonderwall. Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Yeah.
As the Tide Strider begins to pick up speed, Wonderwall blares through the speakers.
Max, thank you for giving me an
Oh,
iPod.
no.
He starts like looping like right at the beginning. He doesn't get it. Kind of like it glitches out a little bit. So it just says 2 days going to be the day. It's going to be the day.
It's gotta be the day.
I'm
You're like,
sorry.
Fuck,
And then he fixes it so it plays
Yeah,
right.
I dropped it last fight. You kind of gotta tap it sometimes, you know. Put in some rice.
Your party makes their way eastwards. Get to the end, near the end of your first day, and your first challenge. A massive ravine stands in front of you. No dragon to carry the car this time. What are you doing? How are we getting across this ravine?
I'm not gonna say it because Zephyr wouldn't say it, but how funny would it have been if he just looked over his shoulder and went, "Hey Winnie, could you use the dragon?" Or not Winnie. Hey Lily, can you use the dragon? And Oh, that doesn't happen though.
Damn.
I just gave me a chuckle.
Ooh.
You would have been
Oof.
slapped like 6 times.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
The entire party would have pummeled you.
It wouldn't. It would have been like he genuinely forgot. I cut out. Aw. It wasn't good, Sam. Don't worry.
He was like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if Zephyr was like, hey, Lily, could you take the dragon? And then everyone pummeled him. But thankfully, thankfully not. I know we talked about this. I can't remember what was
No,
decided,
he wouldn't
though.
have done that.
I can't remember what was decided because my brain is slow.
Axel has the wish.
Oh, wish
The
for
free
dragon.
wish of the day.
Oh,
That's
just wishing
right.
For the dragon.
Wish for
Wish for
dragon.
dragon.
Wish for dragon. Okay. Axel will use. Wait, I don't like any of these musics right now. None of these are fun. Anyway, Axel. I think actually I like this was the. Yeah, I think that was it. Axel will wish for dragon. We shrink car. Ferry people across.
Yep.
Eventually make your way to a camp. Get all rested up. And go into day 2.
Another level gone.
Another level of exhaustion gone.
Yay.
Yippee.
It's like, I guess it's restful enough.
Our exhausted boys are like, yes.
We're used to sleeping outside by now.
Day 2, I need someone to roll a
Time
d20
out.
for. What?
I'm
Why
out.
did-
What?
Why didn't Axel just wish to teleport people?
Because we got to transport the car? Can we teleport the car? Is that how that works?
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah.
The car's a little big to like be considered a carried object.
And heavy.
yeah.
Even if it was
Everyone
shrunk.
holds it.
Everyone just like lifts it above their head.
Oh man.
Okay. Day 2 though.
Why don't we just take the Tide Strider and push it somewhere else?
You need a D20?
I need a d20.
Ow.
7.
A 7. Okay.
Yeah.
You
7 direwolves.
travel onward. There's very little to report from today. You run into a couple undead creatures that have been affected by the devouring, and a few kind of elemental beings that seem to have lost their way, but dispatch of them fairly easily and continue on. You have another day's worth of rest. If anyone has anything they want to do that evening, or any time while they're traveling.
I think Octavia's gonna ask Winnie to check Alexander out and just like make sure that he's, you know, he might still be unconscious, but at least like make sure he's stable and stuff like that. If any of her healing spells can do anything.
I'm not muted, am I? Okay, good.
No, you're good.
I'll cast first level healing word, or no, cure wounds. Yeah, cure wounds, just to see if anything, like if there's anything done about it. If there is, I'll cast a higher one. Just, you know.
Why don't you
I
make
don't have cure wounds. I'm done. Healing word.
Why don't you make a medicine check first?
Okay. What? Oh. I can't see on this side of my table. But
By the
I wish
light.
I didn't see it.
Oh.
The light. The light. Medicine check. Okay. 8.
8. He looks really tired. You do some magical healing, and You're definitely like closing any open wounds, cuts, scrapes that have been slowly healing over the last couple days. But you're a little stumped on why Alexander hasn't woken up yet.
I was going to ask yesterday, but if you wanted, I could identify him and see if there's anything affecting him.
Oh, sure. That would be helpful. Thank you, Al.
Of course. And I'll do that.
You go ahead and cast Identify. Alexander is not currently under the effects of any spells.
Well, that's a relief at least. I guess he must have just been under Rondar's influence for so long that now that it was pulled from him, he's trying to find himself again.
Maybe.
Should I cast Greater Restoration on him and see if that does anything? Like maybe he's just exhausted and it removes something, or...
Yeah, go ahead and
'cause I
mark
think that
off.
removes the level of exhaustion.
Go ahead and mark
Or we
off.
can have Axel do it so it's free.
Or yeah, or
Mm.
Axel can do it for free. Or you both can do it.
I feel like it's a waste of people to do it.
Well, we're going to
Axel
rest.
can do it twice
Yeah.
for this day. He just hits him with 2.
Sure, we can do that.
In case there's
Sure.
multiple conditions, because it only ends one condition.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Axel, could you please? Probably, I'm sorry to ask, but
There's a moment where Axel like looks at you, Octavia, and he glances over at Iris and kind of takes a deep breath and was like, of course. Walks over. Clear! Alexander's body is just covered in flames. He's like, okay, that's one. Ready?
Axel, I can
Clear!
do the other one.
oh, there we go.
Oh my god.
When he says she just punches him.
And you see a bit of Alexander's like structure begin to kind of fill out. He doesn't look as malnourished. It's beginning to heal some of the other medical issues that he's currently experiencing. And I would say probably for the first time, he doesn't wake up, but he begins to kind of stir. And there is like a little bit of movement. And instead of laying pretty much like a plank, he rolls over. And there's just the faintest hint of a snore.
It's like, Octavia just kind of closes and she looks up at Axel and she's like, thank you. I know it probably wasn't easy, but I am very grateful. Thank you.
Of course. I mean, like, he means a lot to you, and the person who attacked us wasn't this guy. He just was in this guy's body.
No. Foolishly, yes. Thank you, Axel. Can you hold on to Perseus, please, for a moment?
Oh, yeah! Give.
Perseus, you know the thing where he just, like, lands on his face, like...
Whoop. And I actually,
Yeah.
his hands are outstretched, but Perseus lands on his face, and he's like,
Absolutely.
As things should be, and like turns around with Perseus still on his face.
Good. That makes Octavia laugh, kind of.
Perseus
but I
is
think she will
watching
spend-
you, like, as Axel's walking away, because his head is, like, on top of Axel's.
Yep. Just the little tongue sticking out like blood.
Yep.
And I think she'll probably spend the evening brushing through Alessander's mats.
Mm-hmm.
Needs to happen. And she'll just kind of like look at everyone and she's like, I know it's not been easy. And we've been traveling in relatively uncomfortable silence, but you are all my friends, and I am very grateful. I'm ashamed that I wasn't strong enough to do more, but I know that her sacrifice was not in vain. And that gives me more comfort than anything else, really.
I know it seems like you I guess don't blame yourself. We were all there, and there were ways that could have panned out that none of us made it out, and I can tell you from experience, being yourself because you didn't know what to do at the time isn't going to fix anything.
No, most certainly we're not. And you know what she would say? Well, more like what she would do. She'd probably smack me.
She probably would.
So, I will follow through with the advice that I gave her when Hyrudin died. That sacrifice was not in vain, and neither was hers. So, I know it wasn't goodbye. It was a see you later. So I'm not going to be delusional and pretend like everything's okay, but I'm all right. We are sad, but all right. And she'll go back to brushing through Alessander's hair. She probably has a comb from like her people, something that she picked up when they're in the Lake Folk. It's got like Silanovni symbolism on it because flavor.
Who has the shard?
That is a good question. Who's holding on to the primordial shard?
Yeah.
I think it should be Zephyr. I actually meant to say that very early on, but I thought it should have been given to Zephyr after Lily dropped it.
I mean, I won't say no.
Okay. Then you are holding on to the primordial shard. Make sure you add that to your notes.
Sick.
Oh, and then actually...
What did it do again? Do we know?
You didn't know yet. And I kind of know. But... ask me the next time you're in combat.
It casts either power word heal or power word kill, and you don't know which.
Roll a D100.
It's a gamble.
You either have the chance to kill someone instantly or heal everyone.
Or heal them before. No, it just heals one person.
Oh, just the person.
Yeah,
so it gives them up
You
to
either
700
cure them
hit
of all
points.
diseases. Yeah.
It's so funny.
You pick
the
a
only
target
way
and
to
then you
know which
roll.
one it is. The only way to know which one it is to do your programming. So if you're out of hit points, it's like
you never know.
it's like the Wand of Wonder, but with more
So
intrigue.
it's a gamble.
He's bad at gambling. No.
Oh no! Oh no!
Fitting.
He's a horrible gambler.
I would like to heal Octavia. Power word kill. No!
Comes back on one like, what the fuck? That's funny.
Yeah, you because you use your like rage.
Yeah, the relentless endurance. I'm
Uh-huh.
just like, the fuck? This is good.
So that's what it does.
Is the only person you can try that on.
Okay. Anything else that evening?
Not in the evening.
No, not that I can think of.
As you sleep, kind of taking watches here and there, anyone who's up taking their watch would recognize Iris as sleeping kind of uncomfortably. Kind of moving back and forth in her sleep. She seems to be muttering something under her breath. Hard to make out, but it seems like she's having a very intense dream.
I think Febrim's probably going to take the last watch shift, so you can kind of be up after the rest, before everyone else. He's gonna kind of find a spot, sit down and pull out a notebook, and just kind of to himself be like, all right, I shouldn't let you wait any longer. He's going to take a look into his eye and see if any predecessor, previous holder of the eye, anything the eye has seen, encountered a similar situation, needing to rebuild a soul, essentially.
Go ahead and roll me a D100.
You have to ask all the previous avatars.
Yeah.
Febrim's tattoos start glowing white.
Entered the avatar state.
That's a 14. Whoa.
You look into your eye, connecting with past wielders, making your way generations and generations and generations into the past. And while your search comes up empty, no one seems to report any experience of doing this specifically. There is maybe an uneasy excitement that Febrim feels of trying something new, of figuring out how to do this. If it's even possible. But yeah. Anything else?
I think that's it for now.
Okay. The evening goes by uneventfully. At least nothing more than the person that's up during watch can't handle. couple small creatures here and there. One point you see a bundle that looks like tumbleweeds roll by before it opens itself up and becomes a blight of some kind, before tumbling back into the waste. Third day's journey. D20 roll, please, and thank you.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Oh, no, you
Oh.
do it.
You can. Okay.
No, you do it. I don't want the power.
14.
14, you say? Okay. But you begin traveling on your third day, knowing by the end of the day you should at least be getting close to your destination. You may not fully get there by the end of the day, but you should be right on the outskirts of wherever you're heading next. Just give me 1 second. Is anyone doing anything on the journey today?
Nothing that she hasn't already been doing. Winnie.
Winnie?
I don't know if I could do this or not. Excuse me. Like if I'm able to do this while we're like traveling or not, so I can't feel free to stop me. But I was wondering if I could try sending to Mom and asking if she's ever seen, like ever brought someone back that was Stardust or seen anything like that before.
Give me the words. What are we saying to Mom?
Get some hopefully get some goddess advice.
Good luck.
Oh God. Why am I doing this? She never answers me the right way. Mom lost a friend. She turned to Stardust. Is Stardust one word or two?
One.
It's Stardust.
Is Stardust one word or two? Shit! Oh, now I lost count. Okay, that got sent first.
Shit! And
Canon now. Anyway.
do you wait for a response? Or
No, she immediately just keeps going. She's like, I'm not my mom, I gotta finish. Anyway, is there any way to bring back someone that's been turned to Stardust? Any advice would be great. Love, Winnie.
Okay. Oh God. Oh, Winifred. It's so great to hear from you again. Garen and I are
Forgot about that.
excitedly awaiting your arrival.
I forgot she's with her. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry to hear about your friend. End message.
You guys just see Winnie in the car go.
Just on the side of the car.
Are you okay? She's fine. She's just probably talking to her mom again.
He knows by this point. It's telling.
Is there
a question?
is there not
Please.
perhaps an easier way for you to talk to her?
I guess to visit. She's not very good at the whole sending thing.
Well,
You've got
Yes.
a lot to say.
have dealt with some clerics before, and some have told stories of them communing with their gods.
You can
I
do
wasn't
that?
sure if that was something you could do with her.
I mean, I don't know, until kind of recently, she was my deity, but now I'm just kind of out here with my own thing, and that feels kind of narcissistic to call myself the deity for myself. So
Winnie's her own god.
no. So I don't really know where to go from here.
Gaslight gatekeep girl boss.
I'm not a gaslighter.
That's what
think.
I've been
The other
saying.
two are fine.
Brad.
For once, I can't argue with that, Brad.
I mean, like, to be perfectly honest, if you, like, communed with yourself, would it be like having your own, like, therapy session? You know, like, revealing things that you, like, already know but aren't aware of?
Maybe I need to become a cleric.
A cleric to myself.
Someone make that a subclass stat.
Yeah.
Therapy
I'm sure
cleric.
exists. The cleric of self-worship.
Maybe. But that's not gonna really help me communicate better with her either. So,
Might be fun to try, though.
I mean, I suppose I can. Alright. I don't know if I have that holy symbol anymore.
Yep.
I think it's just mine. I think I just have the broom shard. I don't think I have
Oh no.
the one for her anymore.
Think you might have left it in AO.
I think I did. Yeah, I left it under my pillow.
I think you
That's
very
exactly what happened.
poignantly
that
left
and
it.
I left that
Yeah.
and the big shard from collecting them
The
for
big ember.
Lazardin. Both underneath my pillow. So yeah, she goes, okay.
Hey, Axel, buddy. Any way
So here's
you
the
can
thing.
help?
My holy symbol is probably burnt to a crisp. Back in Aelphic. I get off and put it under my pillow before we left, so kinda not around.
So maybe not burnt to a crisp, but definitely under a pile of rubble.
Yeah,
Lovely.
probably. So
Can you make another one?
I
You could, like, draw it in the sand or something.
Or ask our resident builder to build something? Al can make you a symbol for yourself, right, Al?
Al.
Think.
That should be easy. Probably, maybe.
Yes, let me think about the best way to do that.
Okay.
And I will get back to you.
Takes a
Void
whole
where
Meanwhile-
prohibited by law.
Well, I doubt she's gonna send anything else today. Considering she's probably still talking without realizing that you overused 25 words. So, I guess I'll wait.
Do you think she has entire conversations to herself when you do that?
Yes. Probably
know
until
what-
Darren stops her, which I totally forgot he's with her. I don't know how the hell I did that.
You know, it wouldn't hurt if she decided, oh, maybe I should send sending back.
She does, she just kind of gets distracted.
Interesting.
Like, here, pretend to ask me something. Pretend you're me.
Hello, Mother. How are you?
Oh, Winifred, it is so good to hear your voice. I have missed you dearly. You see, I am.
So that will get old fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole party's like, oh yeah, no, we
Yeah.
get it now.
No, that makes
We
sense.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hence why.
Oh, I see, yes.
Yeah.
There, Winnie. If you're speaking, I cannot hear you.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
I don't know why that happened.
It's all good.
Stupid Bluetooth. What was I saying? Oh, I said, well, it depends. Do I want a mom who never? Do I want to speak with a mom who never answers my questions, or a dad who never answers my questions? Both for two very different reasons.
Well, he did say he was quitting.
He did.
He did
And
give
he
Zephyr
gave
the bag
me-
of colding.
Yeah, but don't they have alcohol where they're at?
Yeah.
The lake folk definitely have alcohol.
Yeah.
But
See,
would they indulge in him?
Yeah.
Probably.
When he asked me, we were like, "Are you serious?"
Both Winnie and Octavia shoot him the exact same look of like,
I don't know. Could have like told him not to serve him or something.
if he wants to drink, they're not gonna say no. Not
Fair.
until he's passed out on his face, in which case they will stop giving him booze, but kind of a staple. We don't really, it takes a lot to get us drunk, so
great.
Great.
I mean, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure he's fine. You know, he said he was gonna quit, so you know, benefit of the doubt.
You could always touch base and find out.
I messaged my dad.
Yeah, you
Worst case
can.
scenario, you kick his ass when we get home.
For shigs and gigs. Real quick here.
Yeah, what do you want to say to your dad?
Hey, Dad. Letting you know we're still alive. I'm still alive. Wondering how and what you're doing. Hope it's not drinking. Please answer, Winnie.
Okay. Happy to hear. Knew
Thought he was
something.
gonna say happy birthday.
McGuire. Happy to hear. Knew something was up by how Urdusk has been behaving. The colony has been growing well. No booze since you left, Dad.
Holy shit.
What's the verdict?
What's
No
the
drinks.
damage?
I'm sorry, none?
None since we left.
I'm so proud of him.
Iris. She's gonna lean
forward a little bit and kind of like tap Iris's shoulder and talk a little quieter if she gets her attention.
Iris kind of like weakly looks back to you. Her eyes are like sunken, like they're just red. It's one like her eye sockets are so dried out from the amount that she's been crying that she's kind of just numb right now. Mm-hmm.
Hi. I'm here if you need anything.
Just kind of leans back into her chair.
She like goes to quickly move away, and she like looks up at Axel, turns back to you. Thank you, Winnie. I appreciate it. Kind of like goes back to her little corner that she's claimed for herself. Axel just gently rubs her back.
I was gonna tell her, but I think that would be so much more damage she doesn't need.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
maybe not
So
right now.
because I was gonna say like, oh, like if you want to talk to, like your dad, but I was like maybe that's not a good idea right now. The wound's still very fresh. With him and with what happened, so he's like,
Oh, never mind.
JK rescinding that.
Anything
Cool.
else on your last day of travel?
Anywhere, here's
Winnie,
Wonderwall again.
No, Zephyr, no!
Winnie, just so you know, I'm not quite sure how to make a divine spellcasting focus. I don't know how to make an arcane one.
I mean, I can try to help.
Slap a little
kinda-
magic on it.
Tell you what like mine was like, or do a little like prayer or something. At the very least, I can give you some guidance on it. Though I couldn't say that I know exactly how to do it either.
Do you know what you would want it to be made out of?
I think the last one was silver, but it obviously doesn't have to be anything fancy. I'm just using it to try and communicate.
I'm just gonna take just a chunk, like a palm-sized chunk out of one of the shoulder pieces of the crystal.
You don't have to do that.
I didn't like this spike anyway.
Okay.
Unless Zephyr, you had a different idea.
Max,
You already ripped it off.
I can just put it back on. It's fine.
I don't remember if we ever decided, but did my ring have anything to do with I can't remember which god it was, but a god?
It has some connections to Duskradil. You kind of already knew that.
That one's not Winnie's mom, right?
Mine's Crooked.
Okay.
That would be her youngest aunt. Would be Duskradil.
Okay.
Duskradil's the one we fought like the phantom-y version of.
We can think we could like play a game of telephone or something with like the
do you
ring.
mean?
Well, because my ring has some connection to Duskerdale.
I don't
And,
even
like,
think
yeah.
she's talked to Duskerdale.
She tried to kill us and everything, but she was cool at the end. Unlike
Well-
Linares, but...
Well, I mean, like, I don't think they've
We don't.
talked.
I seem to remember
Jesus.
something about Duskadil being spread incredibly thin and losing it.
Yeah,
So
we
Mhm.
don't exactly
Fair.
know the state they're in right now.
That's fair. Just options. Just brainstorm.
I appreciate it, Zephyr. I just don't want to cause more family drama than there already is.
Fair point.
So thank you.
Well, what do you want it to look like?
If it's for Crookton, then I guess the only thing it really needs to have is a like a I don't know, like a crescent on it. But I mean, other than that, I don't really have a preference. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of having trouble remembering what my old one looked like. Kind of used to the
Okay.
new broom shard thing. So
Yes. I'll do my best to kind of form it into a crescent moon. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. And she'd smack him on the back and cast guidance. Thanks.
Give me a what do you use to use crystal? What do you?
That's
Can I finger guns him some Bardic?
Jewelers,
Sure. Jewelers.
jewelers.
I would assume.
Jewelers tool check. Dexterity.
All right.
and
Oh,
Dane wanted to give
okay.
him Bardic.
You got
Bardic?
Bardic
Yeah.
guidance.
So D10.
Okay. Don't think I'll need it. And then I add that. Hold on. Where's the other thing? Up here. Sorry. I'm pretty sure. So 29. Wait. Yeah. That's without the Bardic.
Okay, you want to add the Bardic?
Sure. 35.
Jesus. This is like I'm like the closest thing I have is this is like a crystal Christmas tree ornament that
Oh.
has been like passed down through your family for like the last 100 years. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. It looks fragile as shit, but like you fumble with it a little bit and it is sturdy. And is fashioned into this kind of overarched crescent moon. It's got 2 points that almost touch at the edges, but don't quite make it. It's not
Oh,
your
this is
old
great.
symbol, but it is beautiful.
So pretty. Thanks.
Of course. Easy enough.
I'll try tonight. See how it goes.
Wonderful.
Okay. The
Um,
tides. Do you have
Hi.
something?
Yeah, just well, like most of this is happening. I think, like, kind of to retroactively say what Octavia's been doing all this time with Alessander is she's just been like telling him the story of like how they got this far. I think she's just like quietly been like running her fingers through his hair and then like telling him like the entire story of like their party and everything that they've done, everything that he's missed since he left.
Mm-hmm.
So just the little give that little carrot there.
I'm like, you've already mentioned that you were combing his hair, so I don't think it's beyond belief that you kind of like talk to him while absentmindedly like twirling his like long hair like through your finger.
Yeah.
It's nice to have him so close, like once again.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of hits you how long you were apart compared to how often you've always been together.
Mm. Yeah. Yep.
And unless anyone has anything else, the Tide Strider makes its way, cresting dunes, soaring across toppled buildings and old architecture from the world of old. Can everyone make me a perception check real fast?
I miss Lily.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
I
we're gonna miss
really
Lily's
do.
perception.
Oh my god, you know what's so messed up?
What?
I think the session before she died, I was talking to Connor and I was like, damn, I have really good perception, but you just outshine mine. Like, you blow mine out of the park, man.
16.
18.
Mm-hmm.
21.
21.
Or
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. The Tide Strider roars onward. Your party all focused on the road ahead and the next steps of your journey. Now for the audience, because no one in the party rolled high enough.
No.
Lily!
There is a moment where the camera kind of pulls back and we see the Tide Strider plowing into the waste ahead of us, heading eastward, kicking up dust behind it. And you see 2 feet in heavy boots with fur-covered legs step into the frame of the camera. You see a hand reach down and run its hand, also covered in fur, through the tracks left by the Tide Strider. Before it continues forwards, following the path that you leave behind you. The rest of your day goes by uneventfully. At least nothing to speak about. Lunaris begins to dip low into the sky as you begin to see a purple blob of sorts begin to appear on the horizon. As you get closer, you realize there are dozens and dozens of dark trees with violet leaves. A whole forest line stands in front of you, erecting itself almost out of nowhere, directly from the waste itself. As you look through the trees, the sky no longer holds its dark view, but everything has a beautiful violet tint. Even the last remnants of moonlight seem to just refract into this colored light. Let me change the music real fast. How's this? That's too happy.
I think that's the under the subtext of this entire campaign.
I think that's too happy.
That is too happy.
That is too happy.
Mewen is not happy enough.
That's okay. It's a little more peppy, but as you begin to approach this forest, there is a sense of calm. Al, you check your compass to make sure that you're going in the right direction, and it points directly into this forest.
All right, everyone, I think we're here.
How is this possible? I didn't think anything grew in the waste.
Is anyone good with nature?
Not I.
No.
No, well,
No.
kind of. Base intelligence, I guess.
I have the feeling that whatever thinking I might do, it might turn out to be like a -1 sort of thought.
Yeah, I'd at most say it's like a +2 kind of thing. Optimistic, but
Glass half full, glass half empty. Take your pick.
is there one that just knows what the glass is? Anyone?
I might have an app for that. Let me look.
Brad coming in
course.
clutch.
Sounds like
Kids
you're
have
finally
app.
turning around, Zephyr.
I
You
didn't-
like him.
No. Me? Like
You like
him? No.
Yeah, you guys could be friends. I could see it.
Baka.
Baka.
While he's doing that, I'm also going to look to see if there's any magical essence around the plants.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
That'll be a 19.
19. You begin to inspect some of the smaller plants, some of the foliage on the very edge of this forest. Some beautiful, almost tie-dye flowers, lavender bushes. The first thing that hits you is the scent. It is pleasant and mild. Just the first scattering of dew on a chilly night. But the first thing that you would notice magically is as you begin to even reach for these flowers to inspect them, there is a slight shimmering to your hand as it reaches across to this border. A small amount of resistance, but nothing more than as if you were passing your hand through a wind wall. You get the inclination that it's not that the stuff in front of you isn't real, it's that it's not technically on this plane of existence.
Ooh.
Well, it's not an illusion by any means, but I don't believe it's necessarily from here.
From here?
It could be a fragment of a destroyed plane, or maybe a blip in between them. But this area doesn't seem to be from the material plane.
Oh. That's pretty cool, actually.
Do you think it's from one of the shards? Like that's its doing?
I can't imagine which one it would be, from what we have left. Celestial, maybe, but I imagine that's in the celestial plane.
Am I able to pick one?
Pick a flower?
Yeah.
When you walk up, are you just like trying to reach your hand across, or do you like fully walk up to one of these like flowers and pick it?
I think after Reverend said that they might not be a part of this plane, she's not gonna walk right up, but she is gonna like try to reach to see if she can.
Mm-hmm. You reach across the border, and I think are immediately like your arm just feels warm. It's like a summer evening. Just a light breeze, but somewhere in like the mid to high 70s. And as you reach across, plucking this flower, it sparkles as soon as it is lifted up into your hands. You feel it connect with you. It feels right. Do you pull it out of the space?
Yeah.
You kind of pull it out, and it smells familiar, homely even. But after a couple of seconds, it begins to quickly wilt and fade away.
Aw. She audibly says that too. She goes, aw.
Before it kind of turns to ash and flows away in the wind.
Can I... Febrim's going to take out the Feywild shard.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of hold it towards this pocket.
You hold out the shard, feeling the energy course through you as you make physical contact with it. And you hold it out, and it taps this pocket, where your hands are kind of just passing through, where you could feel the resistance, but there wasn't a wall or anything. The shard itself taps and rings, a kind of beautiful resonance. And you see a ripple kind of go up from the area in which you're standing. Go ahead and make another Arcana check for me.
Okay. Much better. That is a 29.
29. The resonance and the way that the shard is acting gives you the impression that this probably isn't like an aspect of the Feywild or something, but was definitely created by either the shard or a creature that has control over the shard itself. Or a shard, not like the Feywild shard.
Oh, okay.
This is an area that has been created by one of the gods.
Are you saying it's not specifically the Feywild shard, or it could have been created by the Feywild shard at one point?
You rolled a 29?
Yes.
Not good enough.
This was not created by the Feywild shard itself.
Okay.
But the Feywild shard recognizes the energy of another shard.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely something that a skilled enough user of the shards would be able to easily do.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing, Pebra?
It just seemed very reminiscent of what I've heard the Feywild being, but it doesn't seem to be from the Feywild specifically. Though I do get the sense that one of the shards, someone using one of the shards, have created this kind of pocket space.
Huh. That's super weird. To me, it just feels like home. Doesn't really feel like anything like otherworldly, you know?
Well, you are part celestial. That's
Oh. You know, I
a-
didn't think about
it's a
that.
possibility.
Oh boy. Okay.
The light bulb turns on. It's like, oh.
Wait a minute. I wonder if
Hey.
that means my mom's nearby.
Oh, what's your radar saying?
It's saying go in.
Whoa. Let's go now.
And so we shall.
The DM, I mean my radar.
Is it wide enough to take the Tide Strider through, or would we have to walk?
There's like you kind of like have to go down a little bit, kind of running parallel to the path itself, but you do eventually find a kind of tight, winding trail that the Tide Strider will be able to fit down. Probably won't be able to go very fast.
It's gonna say slow speed.
Are you all going in?
Yeah.
Does anyone not want to?
I'd say Februm probably takes the first precautionary step in.
Well, we're
I
taking the
was
whole
gonna say-
car in.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, since he's already there,
Yeah.
we decided to go, and he kind of takes a step in to see.
I was gonna say, I don't know if y'all have ever been on a boat before, but when I was on the speedboat as a kid, the first thing I did was ran to the front of the boat and would nearly have myself leaning out of it.
Yep.
That's what Winnie's doing in the car.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't at the moment. I would just, a healthy amount of caution goes a long way when it comes to what we're doing.
Onward!
You
Who
know, I
am
Who am I
don't
to
think I've
deny
seen
such an
her.
adventurous spirit?
I don't think I've seen her this excited since we since orientation.
Orientation. Oh yeah.
Oh, it
Just
was a
at
lot of
one
fun.
point.
Oh yeah, this is
Yeah.
a school setting. I forgot.
Oh my god. Oh
Really?
jeez.
That's right.
Now
there
back
isn't
to
even a
reality.
school.
We went to school.
Yeah, now it's not a school setting.
Yeah.
Februm, you make the first jump across the line. As soon as you kind of enter in the space fully, You feel calm, welcomed, content, but also knowing that you're safe enough to investigate anything that you want. And kind of picks at a little bit of your more curious parts of your brain. And you can't help but just start to look at the things around you and draw your own conclusions about how this plane was created, about how if these plants are purely magical or if they've been cultivated from different areas.
Could I poke around a little bit?
Yeah.
Just in the immediate?
Make an investigation check.
That is a math. 22.
22? You begin to kind of poke around, and now that you're fully in here, you didn't notice it at first. But you look up and you see dozens of small animals and birds kind of flying from tree to tree, of different colors, from different areas. You begin to kind of rack your knowledge about what you've read, and none of these species should exist together, at least not naturally. And the same goes for the plant life. You look around and everything looks like it has a tint to it. Even the light itself is tinted purple. But you're beginning to notice different families of plants that might have changed their pigment a bit, but shouldn't exist in this kind of space, shouldn't be able to flourish to the capacity that they have been. But everything seems to be moving in some sort of harmony.
He kind of looks back. It's quite nice in here, actually. I think it'll be all right to venture through. I might stay a little cautious, though. There seems to be a lot of strange pairings of a lot of different wildlife.
When he hops out of the car. Does not heed said warning.
Since we're planning on going slower, I guess Octavia will sit down Alessander, make sure he's comfortable, and then go take up the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
She will be like, well, any objections? I am driving the car in 5, 4, 3,
1.
Wait.
Zephyr just jumps off and walks with Winnie.
Huh?
Well, Zephyr's out, so never mind. Let's go.
Wait, what?
Zephyr,
Octavia.
before you go in there, take this. I'm gonna hand you a necklace.
Oh, I mean, I'm kind of a ring guy, but
Just put it on, please.
what is it?
So the necklace itself is the part of the. It's just like a silver shield. It's the lead that I used to encase the. What was it? The worm? That's not. The claw of the worm rune. But now it's a perioperative wound closure.
Oh. Which... It does what again? I'm sorry?
It
You get stabilized when you fall unconscious.
yeah,
think.
you need to attune to it though. You stabilize whenever you're dying at the start of your turn, and when you roll hit dice to regain hit points, you double the amount of hit points.
Oh,
it
sick.
restores.
Cool. So I will. What was it called again, so I can add it?
Periaptive wound closure.
Okay. Sick.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll attend to it when I can.
All right, let's go.
All right. Car is being driven past the barrier.
Octavia, you let off the brake and let the Tide Strider begin to idle into this forest. As you pass through this veil, you just feel nice and cozy. Beautiful night to look up and watch the sky. The Tide Strider drifts in, winding its way into this grove. We pan away from the party for just a second as you see those two boots once again. Watch the Tide Strider from a distance enter this forest. And then we watch the forest begin to dematerialize. The veil becomes wispy, the trees not as solid as they once were. As a large gust of wind kicks up sand in the waste, the entrance to this forest disappears. And the boots begin to march onwards. And we're going to take a quick break.
Oh.
We'll be back in about 10-ish minutes. So yeah, stick with us. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back, everyone. The party has just entered the grove. You begin traveling down this pathway, winding back and forth, and Februm, this is probably a, dream come true for you. So we all remember the cask workshop. Now imagine that, but a free range, protected, nature reserve.
An observatorium.
So all of those species, all of these animals, creatures of different types and natures, you see small elemental wisps flying about. Other different creatures here and there. There are a few chickens that look like they have some fiendish blood in them. That cluck along your pathway, squawking angrily at you, as they make their way past.
Beep beep.
But Ned, I remember when you were small like that.
What was that, Al? Something about you getting me a body?
Oh, yes, I can actually.
We'll
find you some stone and we can get that done kind of quick, I think.
I've been really patient about it, but
you have, and I very much appreciate it.
I am gonna start outgrowing my current confinements, and that's probably not gonna end well for anyone involved. Not to rush you or put any pressure, but
what does that mean exactly?
I mean, I wouldn't want to
You're gonna burst out of your chest.
I wouldn't want to burst out of you or anything.
Yeah.
It's a shame because nobody can take this armor off of me.
It'll also probably mean that, like,
no.
you're probably gonna be a little constipated, but, like, that shouldn't be anything new, you know, in your age.
Okay. We'll get on that.
Okay.
Nothing phases our
actually,
grandpa.
Yeah?
Would a suit of armor work? Just for now? I know you want one with 2 heads and 6 legs. No, 6 arms and 4 legs.
Oh, yes.
But just for right now, would a suit of armor work?
I could probably make a suit of armor work. Yeah.
I just so happen to have an old suit of armor that I am not using anymore.
No
If
shit.
you want to do that now or later, that's up to you.
Oh, I'll do it right now. Lay it out for me.
Alright. Just in the back seat of the car, I guess I'll dump my old, what was it? Chainmail armor. And I'll kind of like set it up in a nice, I don't know, sitting position. As best I can.
You, like, throw it over the back, put some of, like, the bracers and the booties down. It's like, Allie, you don't have any, like, extra leathery bits, do ya? I don't want to, like, go into the armor and then, like, begin, like, disapparating into the atmosphere.
Oh yes, you need
some connecting bits. So there's a little bit of gaps here and there. I mean, even like a piece of cloth would do.
Yes.
Man, I sure wish I had something to do with all this extra cloth.
Does anybody have cloth?
I'm sure we could
Yeah.
scrabble.
Yeah, I got
guess
it.
like-
some.
We can say this is all happening before we go into the forest. It's fine.
I know. I like the fact
Zephyr
that you were
pulls out, like,
slowly
an
moving
entire-
through
Going
the
through
forest.
the forest. Yeah, that's fine.
Zephyr pulls out
Octavia's
like
like-
an entire spool of thread.
I mean, I have an entire extra outfit.
And
Oh.
Octavia kind of looks
Oh.
behind her, and she's like, what's going on back there?"
I'm trying to make a for right now body for Ned,
Oh.
so that
Who?
I'm not constipated.
Question mark?
I immediately
Huh?
regret asking.
Right.
I feel like that might be
Octavia-
something that'll happen either
Who's
way,
Ned?
but
Who's constipated?
Fine.
I mean, in your age, yeah, it's probably pretty common.
Why does everybody say that? I start my day every day with a good bowl of oatmeal. I haven't had it in the past week, but
I'll be honest. I really thought you were gonna say you start your day with the
Good
whole
DM.
whole good old poo.
Yeah, you know, an A and B.
Good old
So I
Do you-
I was kind of
do you
expecting the
not?
BM to come out, you know?
yeah. But again, that's pretty rare at your age since
Do
you're probably
do
constipated
you
a lot.
not? Al, are you telling
Have
me
you
you don't
been
have an A
keeping
and BM?
have you all been keeping track of my bathroom habits?
No, that's
I
a
mean,
good
we have
idea.
no-
We should everybody mark when
Yeah,
Al
no,
goes to
I mean,
Februm closes his notebook. No.
Al, to be perfectly honest, we wanted to make sure that everything was just still working, you know?
Yeah, Al, you aged up a couple years and we had to
Yeah.
be sure.
After that
just
6-year
tell
jump,
you.
I
It can be a
was a little
serious
concerned.
medical condition.
We all
6
had a
years
very
is a lot,
secretive
you know?
meeting because we're all very concerned about you and we want you to be around for a
And
really
then if
long
you
time.
don't, well, it's just could be a
I'm
whole
not
mess.
an alcoholic. I'm just
Exactly.
I never
don't
said
need,
you were
like,
an alcoholic.
an intervention
My dad's
or
older than
something.
alcoholic. You're just old.
Okay, do you have extra cloth?
Yeah, I got you. Do you need like a whole outfit or just like some shreds?
Just like
Because we can
just-
cut up.
Whole outfit would be great.
Just
You'll
some.
give us some extras.
yes,
Okay, yeah, here you go, buddy.
and I'll just do it real quick and
Sweet. Now, if you can get the tentacle boy over there to do like a little bit of that like rune work, I think we might be good.
Oh, possession runes, right? Of course.
Tentacle boy.
Can he hear me?
I can't hear you. I don't know why I said that.
Februm, who
Just
are you
thought it might
talking to?
help.
Februm, could you put some possession runes on this?
Yeah, sure. I'll get to that.
I feel like
Do
I
you
should
roll
be
anything
concerned.
for that?
Should I be concerned?
Arcana check.
It's just a little possession. When have we ever had to worry about a little bit of possession? Ow.
Quite a lot, actually.
Should we be concerned?
No.
Do I need my clothes back?
28.
Too late.
You... Zephyr says, do I need my clothes back? As Februm goes in with ash and marker and begins to, like, kind of, like, write on the inside of the clothing, scrape into the metalwork of the armor itself, and then working with Al to kind of piece everything together so that the enchantment runs solidly through the entire set of armor matched with the clothing. Well, I think this might do, you know?
Alright.
I think this really might work for me, okay?
Okay.
You know, Al, it's been a pleasure living inside you all these past months.
I don't
It really
love
has.
the way you said that. Yes. It has been great. It has been. It has been.
And I wish you the best, buddy. You know?
Are you?
You'll get there, you know? You're gonna find her.
Thank you, Ned, for that.
Of course, of course. Well? Here I go.
Right.
You haven't eaten anything recently, have you?
Oh no.
And Al, you go as this large, dark, coily snake of smoke begins to pour out of Al's mouth.
Oh my god.
As Al begins to hack like a cat with a hairball. Even Perseus is like, oh god.
Oh no.
As a much larger creature than anyone remembers going inside of Al now exits and begins to pour into this armor and clothing work. The runes light up and then fade to kind of this pulsing gray as the form begins to stretch its way through the clothing, filling out. The armor takes shape. The clothing wraps up around any openings in the armor. And eventually, a pointed head with a long snout and two kind of squinty black eyes. If anyone has seen... Is it Wrath from Full Metal Alchemist? No.
No.
Who's
Are you
Shadowy
talking about
guy?
the kid?
Pride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's-
pride.
Pride.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's Pride.
Yeah.
Whoever the kid from...
The kid, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Um,
Yep.
You essentially see, like, his head. Like, that is the style that comes out of the top of the armor. When you look at it straight on, it looks two-dimensional, but then it, like, moves and shifts so that you're only kind of, like, seeing it as if it were flat.
Oh, you mean like his shadow head, not his, like, child head?
No, like his
No.
shadow head.
Okay. Yeah, I see
Um,
what you mean.
And the armor stands up. You know, it's kind of wild having my own body. Hello, everyone. It's kind of crazy, you know? I mean, I feel like I know so much about all of you. I mean, I've been here the whole, practically the whole time.
Uh-huh.
I'll explain, please.
This is Ned.
Hi, everyone.
Are you chill?
Oh, yeah. Also,
Are you?
I'm gonna be out of your hair
Are
in
you
just
good?
a second anyway, so...
Okay.
Ned,
You don't have
like,
much ass?
takes
Are you
one
leaving?
step,
You're just leaving.
out of the car. He's like, I don't want to bother you or anything. And, you know,
I mean, if you're chill, you can come along.
I mean, do you want your 6 arms and 4 legs and 2 heads?
I'm sorry,
yeah,
his
but
what?
I kind of just want to, run
That's
and
a
be
lot.
chaotic for, a second. So maybe I'll, check back in with you. I'm kind of, bonded to you anyway. So I kind of know where you are.
You're bonded to me?
Oh,
Hell, I didn't know you swang that way.
yeah. I have been living adjacent to your soul for, 6 months now.
Oh.
We're,
That's
pretty
half a
tight.
year.
Sit. Oh my
We'll-
god, it was the puzzle box, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
just
Ned.
figuring this out?
I didn't know you had a worm in you.
Hi, Winnie.
Hi, Ned.
You all.
Hi, Winnie.
Hi. Nice
All
to
right.
see you.
Well, does that mean I always know where you are?
You can always call me if you need me.
Okay. Well, okay.
So,
Take care, Ned.
yeah, I mean,
Yes.
I'm probably not gonna leave the forest or anything, because I don't want to fuck with any of the shit out there. But y'all have fun. Y'all, this is great. You all are
All
great.
right.
Don't.
Be safe. Don't hurt
Don't
anyone.
Don't kill too many of the
Well,
wildlife.
don't kill anybody.
To eat things, I have to kill things, right?
Yes.
It's been a while.
Just not.
Just be
People.
careful.
Sweet. Will do. And I will check back in with all of you later. He pulls a cigarette out of nowhere, puts it just in the side of his face, so it just sticks out sideways when he's looking straight at you. It ignites on its own. He turns. He does a little running pose, and then begins to Titan run away. The armor not quite connected fully in this shadowy form, as it just echoes, "I'm free!"
You know, he's actually kind of cool.
I am very concerned.
I don't have a problem with him. He seems nice.
He's now among the rest of the weird wildlife around here.
There's a thunk as he
Right.
runs into a tree. Sorry, not used to this.
All right. I
Let's,
suppose
let's
we
keep going,
press
then.
pressed onward.
Yes.
He'll find us.
Your party continues pushing forward through the beautiful wildlife, as mysterious and confusing as it is. Winding through the path, looking upwards at the violet sky. Until eventually something blocks the path in front of you. You kind of pull the Tide Strider around a corner, and you can see the forest begin to kind of thin out beyond this point. But immediately in front of you, you see a desk. It's one of those like leveled ones where it's got a little shelf underneath it, but a like area in front. There's probably like a little bowl that has like mints or something in it. And there's a bell over on the other side. It sits directly in the middle of the road that you've been going after.
Zephyr walks over to tap the bell.
You and Al...
Unless someone stops him.
No, I'll let Zephyr do it.
Oh, okay.
Zephyr, you walk
Ding.
up. And you go to press the bell. And you're confused when your finger just goes through it.
Can I try and grab a mint?
You go over, like, dip your hand into the mint bowl. And your hand just, like, passes through that. But I will say, when you pressed the bell itself, it went through the bell, but then, like, hit the desk.
Well, that was disappointing. There's no mints, guys. Just no bell either. It, like,
Why
passed
would you even
through.
try that?
As you
To
were
see what
all
would happen.
It's a weird
chatting,
place to put
you
such a...
kind of look back, and there is suddenly someone behind the desk that you've just been in front of. And Connor, would you like to tell everyone who they see?
All right. I'll save the most apparent thing for last, even though that narratively isn't how you should describe things. So you see an individual wearing a cobalt blue blazer with emerald green lapels. They have a charcoal gray vest and a lighter gray shirt. Nicely ironed black dress pants that seem to have been hemmed perfectly. And they're wearing wing-tipped cobalt blue shoes with emerald green laces. But what you notice about this person is that their entire body is covered in this shiny silvery blue material, definitely not skin. Where you would expect eyes, there are circles, there's something of a dark pit, and then there's lights where pupils ought to be. Where are they? One red and one blue. And they also have this like cabbie hat. It's like a pinched brim, just made up of patchwork fabric. And they say, oh well, hello. Sorry I forgot to make the bell tangible. I wasn't expecting you to show up right about now. Do you have any questions? You seem quite distracted by the candy bowl. That's also fake, and I don't necessarily feel like giving you candy. So...
hello?
Who are you?
Yeah,
Oh, right. Introductions. That's first. See, I'm used to introductions being done telepathically. It's... You know, you kind of sync... Never mind. Anywho, you are all humanoid, it seems, yes? Therefore sapient, typically, yes?
Sure.
Yes? Okay. In that case, I insist you call me Pheloi. Please.
Eloy.
Yeah, I mean, I have other names that I have gone by, but in the modern day, it would seem that Pheloi is the name I prefer to be called.
all right. Is this your forest?
Oh, far from. Well, there are elements that are mine. I mean, he like points off to a tree, like that tree. That one's mine.
Just the one.
Just the.
Just that one. I mean,
like,
Did you
own a
well, not
tree?
just that one,
plant
but
that
in this
one, or
in this
Did you
case, I'm
buy it?
referring to exclusively that one.
All right.
Does it appeal to you?
I mean, it's a nice tree. I mean,
I
I've seen
mean,
a lot of trees, and
is there
like,
any
that's
ways you would optimize it? Is it missing anything?
No, I think your tree is very nice. It's a very well
Do with,
made
like,
tree.
A
What's it look
bird's
like?
I mean,
nest.
It's just like I'll say it's pine. I'd say like the tips of the needles are like violety, just to kind of go with the overall aesthetic, but it's mostly dark green, just normal looking pine tree.
Maybe a bird's nest?
Oh, I can do that. And he kind of looks over. He pulls out like a book. He sketches something in it, and a bird nest appears in the tree.
Oh. Instantaneous. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressive.
would you be able to tell us about this area?
Oh
Yeah.
yes, I'm failing miserably in my job. I've not really had to do this for a minute. Anywho, I am Crookton's personal assistant. I am instructed to greet newcomers and make them feel welcome, so she doesn't have to.
Well, not giving us
Crookton?
candy doesn't really make me feel very welcome.
Well,
Zephyr,
I
get
forgot
over the
that.
candy.
I don't know how to make candy. I could make something approximating candy that isn't nutritious and probably doesn't taste the way you would expect. I can't taste things myself, so I can only speculate.
Oh. You said Crookton's personal assistant. Is she about?
She's always about. Somewhat. Her
Octavia kind of like
presence
nudges
at any
Winnie
given moment
forward.
is wavering.
So would this area be hers?
Except
Oh
that
yes,
tree.
all of this is hers. Well, except for the things that I made. But the plane, the demi-plane is hers.
Demi-plane, right.
So
Hey,
Just-
Win, you want to take this one?
What?
Hi.
Hello.
I'm her daughter.
Yes, I've been informed.
Can we like see her or?
Oh yes, I'm not keeping you from entering. I was just doing the doorway pleasantries, as it were.
Oh.
I believe we've concluded with this entrance ritual, so we can proceed back further if you'd like.
Yes. Can we take our vehicle?
I don't see why not.
Do we need to,
I
like,
can even
move
point
move-
you to which trees I made so that it's a bit easier to steer.
Oh yes. Please. Do you want to come with us? You can.
Well, I naturally have to lead you in further, so...
You can ride in the car if you'd like.
I suppose I could.
Octavia looks at him and then like her eyebrows narrow and she's just like whatever, and goes and sits back behind the wheel.
He walks ahead of you, feeling more tour guide-y that way.
Do we need to move the desk?
Oh, No, we can leave it there.
But I can't. I can't. I
Kind of in the
can't
middle of the
drive
road.
around it.
Right.
If
I
you
quite
just-
like that desk. I actually.
You know what? It's something you made.
could
It's
just-
precious. Al, do you mind? You could like move the desk and then put it back
could-
once
we
we.
could
go
Oh,
lift
I
it.
past.
have an idea. He's gonna cast Reduce on the desk, and then he's going to pull it out of the way and let the car go past.
She'll drive past the desk.
And then he places it back, and he lets it return to its regular size. I like that location. It's nice. It's
Yes.
a very central view.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, and he heads back to the front of the car to continue going.
And you follow this new strange figure deeper into the grove. You have a little bit of a walk as the forest begins to clear around you. If you wanted to chat with this new figure anymore on your path deeper into the forest.
So were you born or like made or where'd you come from?
Oh. He kind of tilts his head. Is this a typical line of inquiry, or is this exclusive to a constructed creature?
Are you a constructed creature?
Well, yes, I thought that would be apparent.
Nobody wanted to assume, love. You know what they say about assumptions.
Well, that's why I was inquiring about the nature of this question. It seems you've already made some assumptions as to my origins.
More so just wondering.
But to answer your question, no, I wasn't born in the same way you were. I was constructed in Mechanus some time ago. I slumbered there for many years, and eventually I awoke to the role of an architect. And then the next event of note would have been the collapse of the plane, in which we were all dispelled largely into this desert wasteland, and I remained inactive for a time, and I was activated again and brought into Crookton's service.
Ah.
So, is Crookton in hold of a celestial shard?
No. That privilege has been Lunaris's.
But does Crookton have a shard? No.
In
Probably
a
not.
sense, she bears some of the power of the celestial shard, but she does not possess the shard itself, nor any others.
Well,
So Lunaris has the celestial shard.
Indeed.
Joy.
lovely.
So excited.
Zephyr puts
to-
his hand on his chest.
So excited to face that eventually.
Again.
You said you were expecting us?
Yes.
Could you elaborate on that?
Well, Crookton informed me that you had ventured into the waste and that you were heading in this general direction. I went out to confirm for myself, and noticed that you began taking a considerable detour off to the west, to which I can only assume you were retrieving a shard, and then returned heading this way, and I began preparations to welcome you in.
Sums it up
Yeah.
fairly well.
So you were cool. as the kids say. Zephyr, what'd
There
you
you
say
go, Al.
earlier?
Chill.
Chill. Are you chill?
I'm so proud of him.
Am I relaxed? Am I good at making friends? Am I don't exactly understand the nature of this inquiry. I'm not going to
everything.
you if that's what you were asking.
Okay. I think that's what I was asking.
Zephyr, is that what he was
there.
asking?
You're getting there. Yeah,
Well,
yeah, you're like
even-
not a threat to us.
Colloquially, chill means several things, as I understand it.
Brad, back me up here.
Oh, yeah. So, like, chill is, like, kind of just like a vibe. It's like the energy that you're putting out. You're just, like, nonplussed and kind of, like, easygoing. You're just, like, chill.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I understand this, but even then, there are multiple interpretations of that.
Oh.
In different contexts, are you chill might mean that I was previously acting aggressively and am perhaps intending to harm you. Whereas, are you chill could be in reference to telling someone some illicit secret, so that the authorities may not find out about this illicit secret in the future.
This is...
In this case, I assume you merely mean, am I someone you can discuss things with, which you may find more apt speakers elsewhere, but I like to think that I've improved my colloquial communication skills.
I guess a better way of saying it is like friend or foe. But
Ah, yes. In this case, friend.
there we go.
Wordy bastard, huh?
Yeah.
I have developed emotions since my awakening.
And that hurt my feelings.
Just for saying.
Well, cool.
The chat kind of runs aground via colloquialisms and different contexts of words. But all too conveniently, you reach a small patch of crimson and purple roses that... Connor, so sorry, what was the name of your character again?
Feloy.
Feloy. That Feloy, you know that this is the kind of entrance to the center of the Violet Grove. This is where the lowest of the pools of of the reflective pools settles, just beyond this bit of shrubbery.
Are you prepared to enter in earnest?
Who's Ernest?
Winnie or...
I didn't. That was Dane. That was Dane. That wasn't February or Zephyr.
Definitely
Taking
wasn't
control
February
of-
either.
Yeah, taking
It was
control of
not
them.
me, Zephyr.
Winnie, are you prepared?
Yeah, I'm good.
Then I suppose our answer is yes.
He just nods and turns to lead them in.
You make your way through the bushes, and the rest of the party follows behind you. And you stumble upon a glorious sight. Several different pools of water that flow in waterfalls from one to the other. Even with the small ripples, the water is clear and reflective. given a pink and purple tint. And you look through several hills, past the pools, and you see, standing alone, atop its own little hill in the distance, is a canopied structure. Seems to sit directly underneath a full moon at first, but you look closer and you see that most of this moon has been tinted out just to leave the trace of a crescent out in the distance. And I'm actually, so I drew a lot of inspiration from an artist that I ran into at a con for this location. So I actually have imagery for people to look at. I can take a picture of this later and post it up, but I'm going to show it on my camera first and hope it doesn't glare too much. But there we go.
Ooh.
So that is the view that you walk into as you step past these bushes. And yeah.
Well, that
How are we
seems
gonna
on
get up
brand.
What did you ask, Al?
How are we gonna get up there?
Stairs.
There probably is like a set of stairs that goes around.
Goes around the back so as to not disrupt the view.
Mm-hmm. But it's not written down in front of me, so I do not have your one more time on your name, Connor.
Eloy.
Feloy. Feloy?
Even when I write it down, you're gonna have trouble pronouncing it. I guarantee you.
Well, I'm probably gonna spell it. I'm just gonna get F-E.
Just spell it
then,
phonetically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you welcome the rest of the party to the Violet Grove. And I think that's probably where we're going to end it for tonight.
Okay.
Winnie. I would say right before we finish it, but Winnie, you enter in this space and you look up, and it's too far away for you to make out specifics. But you look up at the structure in the distance, and you feel like your mom looks over her shoulder at you. Yeah. So that's it for tonight.
Dang. Very
Mhm.
calm. I think we needed the calm.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty chill.
Yeah.
Other than it being hunted, but
Other than
Other than being hunted.
boy.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for everyone, to everyone for joining us tonight. A chiller session, some more role play, you know. Getting back into it.
Now hold on. What's the context of chill in this situation?
No.
Julia?
Stop it. None of that. Drink water. I've got a bit of a head cold, so I've been doing nothing but drinking water because it's good for you. That and like, you know, just some supplements, like some extra vitamin D, stuff like that. It's very good for you. And stay healthy. It's cold and flu season. Just a reminder, washing your hands just like is a really cool, chill thing. It also takes water. So drink water, wash your hands.
Which, by that way, if you're in the U.S., I think most places, CVS and Walgreens, have additional boosters for COVID as well as flu shots, and you can get them both at the same time. They stick you once in each arm.
Right.
Gotta keep up with it. I need to go get mine. Dane?
A reminder.
Go on, Julia.
Nope, that's just a general reminder.
Well, you can If you missed any of the sessions before this one, you can check it out on our YouTube. You can check it out on our Spotify. We're still working on catching up Spotify to the podcast and to the YouTube, but those are great places to watch us if you like audio or video or both. Check out our Twitter for updates. Check out our Discord for updates. You can find us in most places and drop in and say hi.
Fantastic. Well, thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night.